Hi guys, it's Chris at Cork and Crown. I am back at my cider desk with some more cider to try, and it's another rarity, very much a rarity. I've never had it before. It's the second of the Pom Ciders. We had the first one called Crowded Rooms, I believe. This is the second one, Uprising, for Chris, exclamation mark. Thank you, Becky. So I found out a few things. I couldn't remember where the apples came from and so forth. They're from Woking. I knew it'd be on the W, and I knew it was near London, but I wasn't quite sure exactly where it was. So Woking in Surrey, I think that's right. And someone called Rob supplies the apples. Now Rob planted 1,000 cider apple trees in Surrey not too long ago, relatively recently, which is kind of a nuts thing to do, really. And they're getting the cider apples off him. He had planted 1,000, 500 of them became waterlogged. So he only has 500 trees now, and most of the ones that got waterlogged were Yarlington Mill. Oh. And we love Yarlington Mill. We are so sorry. I hope some survived, Rob, Becky, because we love Yarlington Mill. But this, I think, like the first one, is a single variety. Dabinet, don't remember what the vintage was. They're using a yeast, a wine yeast, a yeast, but typically it was designed for wines. It's AWRI 350, I believe, and apparently it produces some esters and so forth. So a lot of the aromatics in this might be coming from the yeast that they've used. So esters, like fruity aromatics, banana, apple, strawberry, things like that, melon, So it'd be interesting to know what the yeast is bringing to this party. I mean, personally, I would have rather gone for something more neutral. I like wild yeast the most because it's all from that, fruit then. And you can't always predict what it's going to do, which is why some people don't like it, They want predictability. They want to know what they're going to get. I like unpredictability. But then again, I'd have to sell a load of cider that I've made that's come out, wrong, So, easy for me to say. But yeah, this one is dry. The first one was medium dry, I believe. The first one was also forced carbonated. This is bottle conditioned. So I'm looking forward to trying this. So let's open it up, see what we got. Put it into the cider salon glass because it deserves the best. Do it like this. How fizzy is it going to be? Bottle conditioned. Let's see. Wonder how much sugar they put in the litre. It's fizzy, but it was not brutal. Not at all. I can see a little bit of it. You can see some bubbles coming up there, I think. Yeah. But it didn't really explode when I opened it, which is good. Less is good when it comes to bubbles for me. I like sparkle, but I like it to be on the lower end rather than the higher end. So let's pour it out and see what we got. So visually, I imagine it's going to be the same. Now, it's got good bubbles. It's got good bubbles actually, and the bubbles are pretty fine, I have to say, which is what we'd expect from bottle conditioning. I seem to call it last time having like a gold with a pinkish hue to it. Is it the same? This? Yeah, it is. A bit amber, with maybe this the slightest pink hue to it. I want to say that. Don't know it's to do with the light I've got in here. It's not the best. But yeah, hazy because it's unfiltered. Let's have a sniff. It's like the best part of doing this. I've just spilled some as I was doing that. Oh well. The best part of doing all this is I get to try stuff like this. It's fantastic. I'm so flattered that people allow me to try this cider. It's brilliant. Yeah, I am getting like a cantaloupe, like a melon cantaloupe characteristic on the nose. And based on the fact they're using a particular this wine yeast, I wonder if that might well be promoting those esters, if you like. Yeah, definitely getting that. I mean, maybe a hint of like sweated apple underneath, cider apple, aged apple. Not your jazz, your Braebirds you're eating apples. It's very different. But the thing I'm getting the most is cantaloupe. I actually quite like cantaloupe, so that doesn't bother me at all. But like I said, I'd love to have tried this. What I wish they'd done is taken some off, put some cider to one side as a control, let that ferment with the wild yeast, tasted that next to this, see what the difference is. Not masses, but just enough that they could, taste it, let it evolve, taste it, compare it, etc., just to see what the wild yeast would have given them. That's what I would have done, just because it's fascinating. You know, wild yeast is so different, you know, and unpredictable, but you know, they can give you more complexity, but they can also give you a lot more trouble. I'm thinking with cantaloupe. That's what I'm getting. Let's taste it. Bubbles are a lot finer, I think, in this than the first one. It has the tannin. I mean, it's a bit of sharp, it's a bit of sweet, dab in it. But yeah, the stringency on the front, not massive. Leatheriness on the back though as well. Again, not blowing, not brutal, but they're there, they're detectable. And that's a good thing. The tannins give it structure. That melon character is still there. I mean, if I can smell it, I'm probably going to taste it as well, because smell is a big part of taste, you know, so it goes up the back of your nose. And it gives you the flavours that you can't detect on you. So there's taste and flavours are different things. So taste is in, like, I was thinking taste is sweet, salt, acid, sweet, salt, what is it? I can't remember what it is now. Sweet, sour, I can't remember. Put it on the screen. I've got like umami is one of them. There's 5 of them. The one's umami, which is like that soy sauce thing. I've completely blanked on them. But basically, those are the five basic sort of tastes, if you like. And then flavours, all the other subtleties you get come from your nose rather than your tongue. It's nice. It's got a bit of acidity, got minerality, classic minerality, you know, you've waded back into that mountain stream. It's freezing cold, but you've gone back in anyway. You've rummaged around on the riverbed. You've pulled out a stone and you've licked it. Minerality. Got hints of that as well. The acidity is, might be malic. It's not brutal. It might be malic. Malic or strong lactic, so yogurt. You know, but it's not extra obvious or potent, but it's definitely there. It's a nice dry cider. It's a nice dry cider. Most of the complexity is coming from the fact that it is a cider apple, so you've got the leatheriness, the tannin, etc. Without that, it'd be very simple. That melon character is there. That acidity is there, sort of malic sort of acidity. It's a nice cider. I prefer the bubbles in this. I think this is I like a bit of sugar, but I just think the bottle conditioning has produced better bubbles. But yeah, it's good. It's the first commercial cider done, and it's good. It is. It's good. I would like to try this with wild yeast. I would. I'd love to try it with wild yeast. See what the apples do. What I'm not getting from this is maybe I'm getting like an orange character, but with no sugar whatsoever. So it's hard to think of it as orange because you associate orange with sweetness as well. So I think maybe the dab in it is bringing a little bit of an orange character, but on the nose, much more like a cantaloupe sort of thing, which I assume is coming from that yeast. So there you go. How exciting and interesting. When they've got some labels, I'll get some more. We can have a look at the labels. I'm sure they're going to be nice. Becky said that she wished she'd had some labels on when I said I'd filmed it. But actually, it's much cooler for me to have this. This is great. I love it. Anyway, guys, thank you for joining me back at my cider desk. I hope you join me again. But until that time, cheers.